What is up, everyone? We're back. We are back, and thanks a lot for hanging out with us. That sun is really bright, beautiful today. But we have got a really cool stereo getting installed on this video, so just stay tuned and let's get on to it. All right, well, on our last video, I promised you that I would show you all the wiring that we completed, and for the most part, a lot of the wiring that we did is done. So starting back here with our battery, we got these beautiful new terminals that I showed you earlier. We finally got them installed. All of the wires look so professionally done. We also did our bus bars in the back here. The front also turned out very nice. It looks so stock OEM. Here's an example of one of the wire harnesses that I created, so it looks really good. The bus bar back here also looks really sharp too, and we did more fabric tape out here in this back area, so this looks 10 times better than it did when we first started working on this. And finally, we have all of our wires safe and secure running through our center console from our battery to the front bus bar and accessories, and so that is all done too, so happy about that. All right, well, we're finally ready to go ahead and install our new stereo. I couldn't be happier that we finally made it to this stage because I've been so excited and ready to do this. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the subwoofer because I have to assemble that thing. So let's just go ahead and pull all those products out and start getting to work. Here is our 8-inch sub. I've been wasn't sure if I was gonna install one, but we're gonna go ahead and do it. So this thing is a beast. This box looks really good. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put this subwoofer into here. I gotta drill a couple holes and then we'll throw in all of our screws to make sure that's nice and safe and secure. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of tests. I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera right in front of the system to see if you can notice any differences. All amplifiers typically have a gain or a volume to make sure that you can turn it up or down. So we're gonna use that in this video so that way you can see how different it is. All right, folks, well, there you have it. The subwoofer works, the head unit works. So all we're gonna do now is make sure all of our cables are ran in the right places and done right. We're gonna have to also add our wake tower speakers and start getting everything installed, but we're gonna have to do that tomorrow because it's a little late, so we'll see you then. All right, everybody, it is the next day and our wake tower speakers came in, so let's go ahead and check those out right now. Here are our 6.5-inch wake tower speakers. I already opened this one up so we know what it looks like. It's very beefy, very heavy, which is good because that means that it's got some quality to it. The magnet's hopefully a pretty good size, but as you can already see, they are white. We do need to make them black. So we're gonna have to tear these things apart to get them sanded down and sprayed. But before that, we're gonna have to go ahead and op check these things to make sure that they work before we put all that work into it. So let's just go ahead and rip this one open right now so we can do that. All right, folks, well, the speakers checked out, they worked, I took them inside. Here's our system that we're gonna install. I know you've already seen the sub and all that on our earlier video, but what we've got now here is our SoundStream 4-channel amplifier. And what this is gonna do is we're gonna actually bridge this into a 2.1 system. So we're gonna make 2 channels for the wake tower speakers, and then I'm gonna bridge the second 2 channels for the subwoofer. So what that's gonna give us is 100 watts RMS to each one of the wake towers and about 300 watts RMS to the sub. This is an 8-inch sub. It sounds really good. Things are still torn down for this RZR, so let's just go ahead and get into installing this thing, and we'll start by ripping these speakers apart and getting them ready for paint. All right, folks, well, we got all the paint on the tower speakers, but now we need to let that dry, and it is getting kind of late, so I'm gonna have to catch you tomorrow. Welcome back, everyone. It is a new day, and those cannons have finished drying. They're ready to be put together, so let's just go ahead and get to that right now. All right, guys, check these out. They came out so good. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to white glove them because I don't want to touch them or put them on anything that'll scratch them up. I don't think they'll take a lot of scratches because I did a really good job prepping these things for paint. But these things look pretty good, man. They're stock. They're just painted. So I really love how these things look. It looks pretty professional, and it looks like I bought them just like this. So yeah, so what we gotta do now is we're gonna go ahead and set up a mock test to make sure all the connections are good. We got our amplifier right here. The subwoofer is over here. So we're gonna go ahead and put all this stuff together over here on the table to make sure that it works. All right, you guys see the smile on my face? We just did a test of the new wakeboard pods and the subwoofer hooked up to this SoundStream amplifier, and it sounds really good. So it's not, I got it tuned already. It's really hard to tune on a side-by-side because there's no enclosure, there's no space, there's no enclosed space like a vehicle. But I will tell you, I got the sub at a good level, I got the towers at a really good level, and it sounds really, really clear all the way up to full volume. And that's exactly what you want. There's no distortion. I put different types of genres of music on and it sounds really good. So let me just show you really quick what the setup looked like for the tests. And then we'll start getting into the RZR and putting it back together so we can install the stereo. Boom, there we go. So that is exactly how it's gonna look. All of those cables fit in there really perfectly. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some black heat shrink over this so that way it's all really nice and just looks like it's really good and put together. But nonetheless, folks, all right, so now it's time to go ahead and start throwing this thing together. So let's just go ahead and start doing that right now. All right, folks, well, we got a lot done today. Man, it took me forever to run all those wires and to get that amp installed the way I really wanted it to be. So we are gonna have to catch you tomorrow. It's a beautiful day today. Man, I'm so happy to be back on this project. So let's go ahead and check out what we've got to do now. All right, folks, well, look at what our amp looks like now. It's pretty sweet, looking good in there. I put a little bit of restoration on here too, just because I think it's gonna look a lot better when it's done. So all we gotta do today is we're gonna run all of our wires. So these are the wires for the stereo coming up through here. This is the power bundle and this is the negative bundle right here. We have our speaker wires coming out of the top of each side, so it looks super legit. And then lastly are these two cables right here. These are actually our RCA inputs. This is the left and right. That's gonna link right up to these. This is our head unit. So that's really all we have to do today to get this stereo working and in there. And then obviously we're gonna go ahead and put our cannons on the back too. So, but we've gotta put the seats in before we do that so we can line everything. So let's just go ahead and get working on this right now because I'm really excited to get this thing moving. So let's do it. Okay guys, my goodness, this install is taking forever, but Look at how clean this looks. It looks really good. I'm super pumped with how it's coming out. Now we just need to go ahead and, like I said before, get this head unit hooked up. So let's go ahead and do that. Oh, let me see. Here are the cannons. I'm gonna cut some of that speaker wire off, but I'm just gonna keep them like that for now to keep, so that way we can go ahead and test this thing out once we're all done. But let's do this and then turn this thing on and see what happens. All right, everyone, so I have not hooked up the head unit yet. I thought there was a problem, but there is not. And I got it temporarily hooked up, so I'm just gonna put it on and let you guys kind of be the judge as to whether it would be worth doing a 2.1 audio system in your side-by-side. I will tell you that I've had it on for a couple minutes now. I wanted to make sure it worked before I started filming, and I just can't stop smiling. Now, keep in mind, like, a lot of people think that these amplifiers and these, you know, aftermarket upgrade systems are gonna be super loud and they're just gonna be so much better, but I'm not all about making it super, super loud. I love the sound quality, which is why I put so much time and work into the wiring, making sure that it was all good. And I will tell you, I had this thing cranked up to some top 40 music, and it sounded so good. I can't put it on this video because, you know, I'll get a copyright infringement. But I went on SoundCloud and I found some music, and I'm gonna put that on right now for you so that way you can hear it. And I guess we'll just go ahead and let you be the judge, like I said before. All right, here we go, the world premiere here. Finally got the stereo installed. This is halfway turned up. This is half volume. I cannot believe we got this thing finally installed. Man, this thing sounds so good. I'm just glad that you all were here to hang out with me while we did it. I'm so happy about how everything turned out. So thanks a lot for tuning in, everyone. Don't forget that we still have a couple more episodes left for this rebuild. The couple things that we have coming up is I'm gonna teach you guys how to install a kill switch for your RZR, just in case you want to be a little bit more cautious and have a little bit more security for you. I also have a push button start coming for this thing, so I'm really not exactly sure when that's supposed to show up. With all this COVID-19 stuff, it said it was going to be really delayed, and it might not get here to the end of May. So it's like May 4th right now, just for a little bit of timing on that. But the last thing that we've got is a couple goodies from a performance company that I've been really looking into, because I know that there's a lot of things that you can do to get these things tuned up, and clutches and exhaust and all that kind of stuff. So stick around, because I think you're really gonna like what we got going on. But nonetheless, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate everybody tuning in. Do me a favor, give me a like, and I guess we'll catch you next time.